I'm Tony Styles, and this is my biopic. When I started acting, what got me into acting was in high school. It probably started before that. No, before that was just performing, but I think acting in particular, I had to pick a after school activity. I had to pick an extracurricular activity in high school, and I picked drama club. And so that's when I first started acting and learning how to read scripts and add the emotion and make this character come to life. So I would say high school. I started acting in high school. And then as I got older, I had a job working in retail, and I bumped into Miss Lauren Velez, and she said, "You know what? You're a good actor. You should stick to doing that." And I respected her, because she was on New York Undercover. I respected her. And then I'm like, maybe I will pursue this. And that's how it all got started. My process for getting ready for a role is to first read the entire script. Because when you read the entire script, you get to know the story. You get to know the other characters. And then you get to know what part you play in being a part of that entire project. Then I narrow it down to my character description, and I do my best to relate to the character. Like, I find some way to relate to the character. It might be by past experience that I've had personally. It might be by a story that I might have seen on television with someone else, and I just compassionately, empathetically feel that person and I apply it to my character. And then I put the words to it. So now you got the whole picture, you got the whole story, and then you just fall in line. My dream role would be to be a superhero or a sci-fi character or an alien of some sort. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, like in 1985, and Louis Gossett Jr., he played an Enemy Mine. He played an alien, and I was like, wow, he did such a great job, and I liked the makeup and like how they just transformed him into this alien. Like, I would love to do something like that. I love action. I watch a lot of Marvel movies, so I think I would want to do something more like that. Some of the roles that I've played in, I remember playing in a web series called Rodent, the urban soap opera, right? And it's just what it is. It's an urban soap opera. I play a character named Ebony, Miss Ebony. Miss Ebony is obnoxious. She's a young mother growing up, and she's learning alongside her daughter. She's vindictive. A lot of people think she is a female dog, if you know what I mean. But 9 times out of 10, she's always right about a lot of things, And as the story goes on, they learn that, yeah, she's right. Even though we don't like her, she's right. Another role I play is Miss Price in Juicy web series produced by Millimeter Mac Films on this murderer, this mass murderer that has taken the life of her daughter, and she's just trying to figure out, who is this guy, why is he doing this, and when I get my hands on him, I'm gonna take his life, kind of thing. But y'all gotta go watch that too. And also by Millimeter Mac Films, I was blessed to have another role playing a psychotherapist, a police officer psychotherapist in Bishop and Cheney. I like that role because it shows my versatility. So here I'm a doctor, and I get into the minds of the police officers and stuff like that. That is something that a lot of people don't think about. What goes on in the police officers' heads after they go through a traumatic experience trying to catch the bad guy and lock them up. Also, I would like to tell y'all about Scam 419. Scam 419. I play Octavia, and she is a mother. She's with this guy. He's always scamming with his friends. He did 10 years in jail scamming with his friends. So she's constantly telling him, why don't you just stop? Be a dad, like take care of your daughter and things like that. And she's kind of feisty too. And her sister thinks she's wrong for the decisions that she makes. The daughter just wants to get away from her because she's like, you're too right about a lot of things. You don't want me to experience life. So you know what? I'm going to go away to college. So that she's dealing with that. And then, her daughter gets mixed up in some stuff, and her and the father have to straighten it out. Yeah, Scam 419. Charles Duncan. Wow, this is a mega question. Actors or actresses that have influenced me and inspired me. There's so many of them, it's hard to just pick one, but I would definitely say Angela Bassett. She is one of my favorite actresses. She's very versatile. I remember her playing Valletta Wallace. I remember her playing in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And I also remember her playing with Eddie Murphy in Vampire in Brooklyn. Like, those three movies I stand out about her. I also like Taraji P. Henson. And she's played in so many movies. I think I love Baby Boy. Of course, Empire, which was the series. And recently she did The Color Purple. So, yeah, I like her. Let's see. Cicely Tyson has been somebody that I've admired from a youth, because she used to do old westerns. She was in Roots, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and she also played in Hoodlum, so I respect her, and she's influenced me a lot. And as far as the males are concerned, maybe I love Antonio Banderas, I love Michael Jai White, and of course I love Denzel Washington. Like to share an experience with you guys. I remember one of my first projects, I didn't have a speaking part. I was just an extra in the movie. And I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got a credit for being an extra, but I think I need to do something a little bit more to stand out, right? So when I get hired for this next project, I asked the director, what would I be doing? Oh, you're just going to be sitting in the audience in the church scene for this particular project. You don't have any lines. So I thought to myself, how could I stand out? So as the scene goes on, and these robbers, they come busting into the church because they want to rob the preacher of the offerings or whatever the case may be. And then I jump up out my seat and I'm like, and I start doing all this movement. And then I try to run out of the church. And then the person who's playing the thief puts the gun in my face. And then and then I run back to my chair and I grab the Bible and I'm just like, God save me, God save me. And that one take, the director was like, I love that. I love that you basically, in a nutshell, overacted your part. So I had to learn about overacting, because sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not. It just depends, on what it is you're doing. So don't be sad if you're an extra. You got to start out somewhere. So that's what I did. Yes, do I sing? Yes, I'm a singer. Yes, I am. I started singing in 5th grade, actually. I mean, I used to hum tunes around the school sometimes, and the assistant principal said, hey, I'm putting together the spring talent show. Would you like to be in it? And I was like, yes, I'm going to be Whitney Houston, and I want to sing The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. That's what I want to do. He said, no, I have someone for that song already. But you could sing Somewhere by Barbra Streisand. And I was like, Barbra Streisand? Okay, well, let me go practice this song. I practiced this song, and when I did the show, I got a standing ovation. And that's when I realized, like, I like to sing. This is something I want to do. Singing is a universal language. Let's just say music in itself is a universal language. And I have some great ideas for things I've been working on over the last couple of decades, even down to guided meditation um, albums. But eventually, yeah, I'm going to record a whole song for the world to hear. Yes, I am a writer. I love to write. I've been doing it since about second grade. So I would say that's like 8 years old. Um, I have a half brother, but I'm an only child, so I had to find different ways of keeping myself entertained when I was alone. So writing just became part of that, like just me using my imagination to write short stories. I love poetry. I was influenced by hip hop a lot at that age. So that's where I started writing poems, and I realized that rap is an acronym for rhythm and poetry. And I put the two ideas together and I said, yeah, this is what I want to do. It's like when you write, you could either be giving facts, teaching someone, you could write fiction, or you could write about your feelings, like when journaling, or you could write about what you want to see in the future. So I call that manifesting. So when you put all those elements together into writing, yeah, that's what I am, a writer. Yeah, so this series is called The Assignment, and I play a character named Karen. Karen is a best friend to Dante, who is one of the main characters in this film. Dante had just got out of jail, and he's trying to get back on his feet, and she's encouraging him to do things the right way, opposed to doing things illegally to make fast cash. And so that's the part she plays. She lets him stay with her for a little while until he gets himself together. I'm not going to give away too much about the storyline because I want y'all to go watch the film. But yeah, that's basically the character description. What I want the world to know about me is that I don't like being put into a box. You cannot put me into a box. I am a jack of all trades, or jackstress. That's what I say. A jackstress of all trades. I'm basically whatever the situation calls for at that moment. Aside from, a lot of people might know me from working in corporate America and things like that, working in finance and banking and things like that. But I also want y'all to know that I am a writer. I am an actor. I am a singer. I am a lyricist. I am a raptivist. Some people try to figure that part out. Like when I write songs, I like it to be meaningful. I like it to be able to change people's mindsets on how they think of things, how they perceive things, how they want to see the world change and things like that. So I use my art to influence in a positive way.